The best AI podcast where we'll continue to grow. A world of innovation where dreams become reality. Come join the movement, let's take AI to the next level. We're breaking barriers, rewriting the code. Together we'll conquer, watch our ideas unfold. The future starts here, joining the revolution. Let's say our podcast, the ultimate solution. It is.
Yeah.
It
comes
does
out.
seem that way, doesn't
Is
it?
it like
Welcome to the Best AI Podcast, everyone, as in progress as it may be. We're all good. How's it going, guys?
Good.
I think we got a stage out there. Yeah, we're looking good. We got audio going out. We are live on YouTube and Facebook at Best AI Podcast. We're behind by about 4 episodes on the audio version. You can find the replays out there somewhere if you look hard enough, but that's okay because we're just about to wrap up our first season of Best AI Podcast, where we're going to kind of do a reboot, bring things back around 180 or 360 or whatever direction we have to go in so that we can make this thing a little more serious. So Ross and
I just helped Leland fix the audio. So
I know we did. We got it. We have it all figured out finally.
And by the way, I'm completely joking. Leland fixed it and I happened to be there for it.
Oh, yeah. We needed this. We needed this. Yes. At least we play one on TV every now and then, right?
I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
Did you? So lots of big things going on. Brad just got into a new place, and I think we're going to hit you up first, because that's like news of the day. We get to see the new closet without any clothes in it yet. This is like so are you still in Vegas? Okay. I bet. I know where I'm going for my 4th of July barbecue now. All right. I missed that plaque. We're going to need that back soon. So obviously you haven't had a chance to work on your book because you're very busy moving and things of that nature. So we're not going to hold you accountable to any of that this week for sure. We're not going to hold anybody accountable to anything, honestly, this week for anything, because I didn't get word that anybody was going to be here until about 5 minutes ago, and they all showed up. So we're all good today. And Chris, how things going with you, bud?
Oh, going wonderful. Did a couple weddings over the weekend. Such fantastic couples. Really great time. A lot of fun. But I'm sore. So I'm happy to be sitting down and just chatting with my friends for about an hour. Really excited about the new tech and tools that have been coming out. Ross was just talking about these meta glasses that he has and some of the things that we're using. Luckily, I was this week able to cancel 2 of my subscriptions to some AI services because another service is offering that and doing it better for a smaller price. So I think we're going to see a consolidation as we go, but weekend was great and I'm excited to chat with you guys.
Dive into that real quick.
Awesome. Yeah, go ahead. And then we'll take Ross on with the glasses and see what he's got to say. So tell us about this thing that you saved money on there, Chris.
Oh, this was a AI copywriting tool. It just then added in more image processing and some other use cases. However, with the opening of ChatGPT 4 free to non-paid users, I can now access the same tools, if not more, than what I had with this other service. I think it was called Localio Pro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this was, I think, my first time actually getting into some AI assistant writing tools. And it was great use. I wrote some blog posts from it, some Facebook ad copy, but I realized I can do just the same, if not better, using my own custom prompts in ChatGPT now.
Very nice.
So give us a rundown, Ross. What's been happening? We hear you got some new goggles on your face or something.
Yeah, I got the Meta glasses like 4 or 5 days ago now. I'm loving them. They're I don't think the LLM is that great on them, to be honest with you. I think that's subpar. In fact, the day I got them, I started looking to see if there were any glasses that were powered by GPT-4o yet. There are not, unfortunately. And if they are, they don't have the camera. The camera is the really cool part on this, and the speakers. So this acts as a Bluetooth headset, and you got speakers that go here and up top. So you got 4 speakers. And so when you're listening to music, it's actually like you're there. Watching back a video, it's like you're there. It's complete surround sound, so it's really cool. And then taking videos of my kids, I'm using the glasses, so it's literally pointed like a first person view. Yeah, only directly from my eyes, not somewhere else. It's really cool to watch the video playback that way.
That would be a really neat perspective, knowing that you were the one looking at everything that you recorded exactly how you were looking at it. Because that was kind of the thing with Google Glass when it first came out, which I thought was going to be the killer to all things AR right away. You know, that looks
Hey,
like the ultimate device. And then for some reason, they just hack job that thing like they do everything else and still continue to do so today. I don't think I've seen a single AI product come out of Google yet that's not a total malfunction. Um, that's just my take on it. So I'm staying about as clear away as I can. But speaking of similar apps, like Chris just mentioned, a lot of apps are incorporating newer feature sets and other models for LLM features. So I've seen one in particular that really blew my mind. If you haven't seen it yet, head over to a domain that's probably worth $10 million at least, and that's u.com. And that app in and of itself is connected to pretty much every LLM that you can think of out there or find. I think right now it is available on that app. It has a very similar interface to ChatGPT. So we could go ahead and pull it up real quick if we want to do that. Let me see if I can do that the easy way. I want to see what happens when I do a share. Let's see if we can blow up Zoom again. How's that sound, guys? You ready? You ready to do it? All right, let's see. I'm going to switch screens. You should see my mixer right now, correct?
That is correct.
All right, cool. So we're gonna take my
that is
mixer
terrifying.
and I'm like, that's only one of them. I have another one just like that on the one going out. No, it's just one of those things. So basically u.com is just what it is, u.com. It's a domain that's probably been around for 30 years now almost, and yet those domains, it's a 3-digit .com. That domain's probably worth at least the base $10 million just for the value of the domain itself. No. If you were to look up Christian.com, just because I know the guy who owns it, he's a good friend of mine. Well, I used to be. That domain alone is worth like 2 million, and it's not even being used as a Christian website. So for this, it looks, as you can tell, just like any of the others. But what's really cool about this is if you wanted to go to the business model, you can and get into the full-on version of this and get some serious requested pricing. But what I found to be the coolest thing about it is if you want to pick on something, you can just go GPT-4. If you want to do research, or if you want to pick Genius, which allows you to upload files and let it see what it can do that way. I thought that was pretty wild. They took some information and just uploaded files that I got from other sources, had it summarize them for me and everything. Really cool. Took a text file that was completely unformatted. Okay, and that's what this was. I took a text file, and if you want to see the text file, it was actually it couldn't read the image. Okay, so I had to go back and actually. Oops, sorry, that was the wrong one. It didn't come through on this one. I did it on the regular one. I was going to have it upload a file. So if I wanted to, I could take a file like this and just say, all right, I'm going to take this prompt file and explain this PDF. And it's all right here in one. So it goes through, it opens the file, it scans it, it checks it, it comes back, and then it gives you some research information. So you can also get creative and do imagery on here as well. But again, same typical interface that you're seeing on everybody else. The Pro is just as much as the others, but even cheaper if you go annual. So you get it for $15 a month. I wish there was a chart. Where was it? Duck. I called him Duck. Where you can actually see our apps. Oh, where'd it go? There's a way here to show everything that comes up on the chat. No, I can't seem to find. Oh, you know what
Are you
it
just
was?
looking for the more
I gotta
button?
log out. Yeah, I gotta log out. No, that's what it is. If I log out, it's on the front cover of the app. So if I head to u.com on the cover, No, it showed me all the list of apps that was
Oh,
available.
it's in the more button down there, Leland.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where's the more? Oh, this one.
Nope, just above your little attachment link over above the search bar.
Where it says
Yes.
Genius Creative More.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And if I come in, you're right. Okay, so if I come in there in that account, yes, you're correct. So if I sign in, then it'll show you all the stuff that pops up. Because this was one of the only models I've seen that has this many choices, honestly, from what you can choose from. I mean, they've pretty much got Dolphin, which is a newer one. It's uncensored. So this is one that you can make just about anything you want with. But it has the Gemini build, the Llama build, the Claude build, even the Claude Opus build, and the GPT-4o. So it doesn't have, I don't see 3.5 in here anymore, though. So, that would be one concern when it comes to coding, because 4o isn't really a good coding graphic build, or it's more of a graphic build than it is a coding build. So we certainly don't want to be throwing code into 4o because it's not going to give you the results you want. And I've even found ways now. I'm going to be building out automations using Make, or what used to be Integromat, to do an entire social media build where I go in and I set one trigger. I'm going to take an article. I'm going to have GPT summarize the article and then create a post or a tweet, dependent on what I'm going to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and wherever else I want to go. Could do a blog post as well if I wanted from that. But each machine kind of works differently. So they've recognized some work better than others on different platforms. And we'll go over that next time. So what do you guys think? Would it be easier to work like this? Or do you think it's something that is just another, fad coming up? Oh, let's put them all in one. I thought that was a great idea.
Agreed.
We're all
I'm
kind of
actually
heading for the same end game, right?
Is that your own API keys for every single one of those, or is it theirs and you just pay that monthly fee, Leland?
No, the free version gives you access to all of them, but not in pro version. So you can use all of those models just the way they are set up on there with a free login. And then if you want to go pro, it's $15 a month if you go annual, or 20 if you go. And that would be like paying for, what if you were to go on just a few of those? You'd pay $20 each just to get on each
I
platform.
pay $20 a month for GPT right now.
Yeah. So why would it not be? I don't know how they're pulling that off without being like taking over everybody's business. It just seems strange to me, but I guess if you're willing to front the money for the API key that people are going to use to access these feature sets with the hopes of a profitable return on investment.
Well, they're probably doing it the same way ChatGPT does it with OpenAI, right? It's here's your limit. You can only do so
Yeah.
much with the API key, and then we shut you down.
Yeah. And then you start paying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things.
That's pretty cool.
All
I'm
right.
fine with that.
Okay. So we've gotten this far. I want to show you another AI tool. You see that little thing on the button there on the bottom of the screen? Have you seen it yet? It says AI companion right there inside our Zoom window. You guys probably don't see it out there on the main screen. I could probably find a way. Let's see if we can do this real quick. I'm going to try to let you guys see us in full form for just a minute.
So this is funny. When I said catch me up, it says Ross McCamey demonstrated a tool called GPT-4 free, which is connected to most existing AI models. And then I asked again, was my name mentioned? No, Ross McCamey was not mentioned in the context. It's magic.
First, I asked if it mentioned my name. It said yes. And then I asked, catch me up. It said the meeting started with usual small talk and catching up on personal matters. Then the discussion shifted to the topic of AI and the various tools available in the market. They discussed the benefits and features of various AI tools like GPT-4, Zoom's AI companion, and a cool tool called U.com. They also discussed the potential of using these tools for content creation, social media management, and other tasks. The team also discussed their experiences with using these tools, yada, yada, yada. Uh, we need a better recap from AI here. It's not too bad.
That's a little lame when it comes right down to it. When you think about what it could have come, I mean, it's just coming up with filler. It sounds like for a lot of that, it's just kind of trying to express itself. Brad, what's your say? Anything? I don't believe that. I think I did mention you right off the bat. Is it getting the name spelled wrong? I'm curious. Is it getting okay? That's kind of what I thought it was getting. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, shoot, I lost spot. Hold on. Hold on. See, now we're losing audio again. Wait. Oh no, you're there. It was just when you finished talking, I saw it go down. All right.
Podcast, but its response was not satisfactory. Wah, wah. That's it.
It's funny that the AI added an extra I to my last name
sometimes.
because humans do that. Humans do it. So it's right on par, I think, is learning from human interactions. And I guess an M could be considered two N's. I don't know. Ross McCanny.
Yeah, say my name. Say
Hey,
my name. It should be a button on there.
I'm so disappointed in the AI. I said in the tone of Austin Powers, catch me up, and it just caught me up. It didn't say yeah, baby at the end. I was
yeah, baby.
really
Oh,
sad.
you can prompt it? I guess you can, can't you? Yeah, ask anything about this meeting. What was this? Well, let's do this. Was this we're gonna end it with like at the end of the show, we're gonna say, was this meeting really worth it? See what it is. I'm just curious. So yes.
On a rating of 1 to 10, was this meeting worth listening to? Was this podcast
Exactly.
informative or entertaining?
I'm curious. We never
1.
can tell. So, Chris, I wanted to talk today a little bit about some AI that we haven't even talked about yet, that we encounter a lot as gamers. Okay, we're gonna skip the business wire here for a minute and go outside the box. AI has been a thing inside gaming in the industry of gaming for quite some time. I've been playing games since the 80s, and a lot of that and been involved with what are known as FPS and RTS shooters, which are basically first person shooters or real time strategy games, which allow a player to go in and just kind of goof off and do what they want against an AI component. And that's pretty much typical of everything we play now, whether it's a football game or a baseball or hockey game. Any of the sports games contain all kinds of AI components in them. Some of the battle games that we play, like Call of Duty, contain AI components in them. And just about any game I think you can use on your handset nowadays, it's not just talk back. What is what it used to kind of be like. Pong was just a response to a reply. It's kind of the same thing in AI. It's a speak and respond kind of principle. It always has been, and it's also a process that's used inside programming a lot. It's called a step function. So every time something takes place, another step happens after that. Or even RPA, which is robotic programming automation, which is what we're doing on the back end of things with things like Make and Zapier and Pabbly. Those types of programs are also now all incorporating API in them as well. So the robotic end, the mechanical end, the gaming end, there's all these things that we're not even touching on yet when it comes to AI. All we've looked at are conversational, graphical, and video. So, what other aspects have you guys been seeing or using or utilizing AI in? Like Ross, you've got the goggles now. That's outside of all that's it's a visual element type process, but that's a one off, man. That's like showing AI in a whole nother league. So, Brad, let's start with you. Is there something you've run into that you're seeing in AI, especially gaming maybe recently, that really piques your interest? Oh, you'd be surprised. Marketing plans are one thing that I really, any kind of business planning, any kind of strategic planning,
Mhm.
especially if you have components that you can bounce off of the AI or give examples of for the AI, those make a huge difference because, and that's another thing we haven't talked about much in prompting was to prompt correctly should include an example of what it is you want as a result. And that way the AI knows it knows where it's supposed to get to. And then it can take the data that it's given and find whatever means necessary to get there. Ross, what about you? Anything in AI that you, besides the goggles, obviously you've already kind of stepped up with that. But have you
Mine's
seen anything
mostly,
else?
yeah, mine's mostly business related.
Mhm.
So just testing different tools, still playing with Suno, doing the conversational AI, image generation, building out Facebook posts. But a lot of what I've done, and I think I touched on it last week, is just building out ways to make it simpler. And so what I do is I build out a prompt that works, and on the back end, I take variables and I create a form so people can just fill out the form and it works for this prompt. So if I like, let's just use a website, for example, take a HTML file, take out variables that customize that HTML file, have somebody fill out a form, and it makes a completely different website with the input that they put into it. So just trying to simplify prompting is probably the biggest thing I'm doing with AI right now.
I think that's what we're going to find moving ahead is that the biggest game in this game is learning how to play it. And that's where the prompting comes in because there's a million tools out there that can say, enter your prompt and get a result. And I still, to this day, I just watched a video this afternoon of a kid claiming to know how to do what I just said I was going to do with RPA, which was create a social media machine, which would literally let me type one article. It'll summarize that article, break it down into articles of its particular size and need for whatever network I'm going to put it on, and do this once a day or twice a day or how many ever times a day I want it to do. Whenever I shoot a new article that I want summarized and curated, it's done. And there's my social media day. I don't have to do anything else after that. Okay. So when I was watching this kid do it, he just went and did a prompt to generate an image for the post and didn't do anything but create an image based on the summary of the post that I just had you create. And it made a garbage image
Mhm.
because that wasn't a proper prompt. So, Chris, what are you finding? What's your prompt game coming up to? Are you finding that it's taking a notch up the ladder, or what's happening?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in terms of the gaming aspect, I am excited to see what capabilities that will have as far as just the storytelling and the choices you'll have in this open world format here. And I even see it creating custom cutscenes for you. It will be a little while before we see that, really being 100%, but that ability will be really cool. In addition, I even see that AI could potentially be building the game, like the next step within the game code itself of what you play in real time based on your decisions. So that will be really interesting. I did see AI was taught how to, it was basically given a game to play. It's a speedboat racing game, and you just go through the course, and it was tasked with get the most points possible. And it turns out that the AI figured out it could crash into a boat on the course and just spin in circles where the little pop-ups would regenerate, and it was just collecting points and points and points. So it never reached the finish line, but it failed the task successfully, basically, which was really cool. But as far as new AI tools that I'm really in love with right now is going to be Canva Create, and what they're doing in the back end with AI image generation. They're taking this to a whole new level. Before, we were using a background remover. We were able to take a foreground or a background of basically a subject within a picture and be able to blur that out. And it did great with background remover as well. It works in 7 to 10 seconds. And suddenly I have a perfectly green screened subject now available for editing. But they're taking it even a step further, where they're introducing data fields where you can now, let's say, for example, you're creating a marketing proposal or maybe a monthly update that you put into a pretty presentation. You can now map data fields into your presentation, where each month you rerun it, it will auto-calculate that next proposal for you. In addition to more connections, integrations with other CRMs and platforms like Slack, it seems like they're kind of taking the focus, they love design, but they're adding the marketing piece, the sales piece, the creative, the HR. So it's really exciting. I love playing with Canva. It's been an excellent design tool for me. And the use of AI is incredible. I love it.
I think you're going to see Canva taking a hard strike at Microsoft Office this next quarter, because they've already positioned themselves to do so. With the acquisitions they've made over the past several months, I think that was their game plan over the past several years. This isn't something that's just been in the making recently because of AI. There hasn't been a lot of competitive space in the office software area. When I say that as an office suite, there's really only the main players like Oracle and MS, and then we've got some of the open sources like LibreOffice and OpenOffice, but there's not a lot of big players when it comes to just a straight up suite for, word processing and spreadsheet and proposal making and any kind of presentation tools. So if Canva were to jump now and really make a play for that market, I think they would be the next big contender. Actually, they would take #1 spot, because with Microsoft pushing everyone to migrate to Windows 11, and the fact that, they're doing well on Bing. I got to give them that. If Copilot works out well for them, I can see Windows 11 being a successful, pushover, because this is what they're doing. They're closing out on October 25th has now been the final support end of life date for Windows 11. That's in 2025, not this year. So any of you who aren't on 11 yet, you might want to start considering, if you need support, that's going to be the place to be. If you don't need support, like some of us old hackers that just hang on to these old versions as long as we can until they die, I'll probably be on 10 for quite some time. I've got one machine, I think, here on 11 at the house. So you guys on 11 yet?
Yeah, I'm on
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brad? Oh, that's right. You're in the Mac world. That's okay.
Nothing wrong with that. I think Windows should
No.
expect some
Go ahead.
pushback, only because the software is requiring special hardware, and not all computers or technology has that right now. So everyone is, basically it's going to brick their current device, or they'll be forced to grab a new one, or they're going to have to run on unsupported software, which no one asked for the new updated Windows. They said this is great, and I feel like they rushed the product out. Just some of the design features, when you're opening up like a side menu with right click, it'll have a fancy new interface, and then you have to search more options, and it takes you back to the old design. So I don't know if they're planning on updating this, but beyond that, I think the new AI feature, what was that called, recall, I think they're experiencing more pushback with recall, where they're going to take screenshots of your computer every 3 seconds and feed that into an AI machine. So it'll be interesting. They were a big player for a long time, but now Google Docs and also Canva are giving them a run for their money. So we'll see what consumers want and are willing to do, and how these tech companies kind of evolve and change throughout the years.
I could see
Sorry, I got a
Windows
cat
taking a
over
hard
here.
turn and putting more effort into Teams instead of their document suite. Just with Copilot being what it is, and as powerful as like Power Automate is, imagine having Copilot take the Zapier route and you type in what kind of automation you want to build, and then it just does it for you. I think you could replace that in the corporate world, and that's going to save people a ton of money, and it's going to really solidify Microsoft in the corporations.
Yeah, I see that. I've already seen. I have an app builder that I didn't upgrade yet. It's a bot builder actually, that has an AI component that will build the flows for you. And that's I should get it. I've got it. It's actually the amino spot. If any of you have access to that, I know Kieran offered up a $47 upgrade for lifetime. I don't know what he's going to be charged, whether he's going to offer that again, to have his one little add-on put in there to help it create the little flow chart pattern, like the bot flows that we make in some of these builders. Not all builders have them. This one allows you to put the little placards and, forced menu structure into the bot so that you can offer coupons and imagery and stuff like that. And it does work for what it's due, but I don't like the builder itself. Matter of fact, I think I could show people real quick. I don't have that, but while we're talking about that, Ross, did you happen to get your hands on ZebraCat? I think you
Yeah,
did.
I got ZebraCat.
Can you pull that up real quick again? We walked through just a touch of it last week, and I wanted to kind of go through that a little deeper. Do you know the setup in it?
A little bit. I've made a few videos. I actually have
Yeah, that's fine.
TikToks
Just
out
give
with
people an example. Yeah, go ahead and fire up the screen share while I get this other app
it.
running.
You're gonna have to give me share.
Nope. You just push the little button there. You'll be fine. It'll take over
Oh,
on
it's
the
send a
inside
request.
Zoom. Oh, really?
Yeah, it did. It came up the second time. That was
Okay.
weird.
Yeah, it was just a lag probably in the system. And then that'll take over your screen, or should. Let's see.
Got it. It said loading and now it popped up.
Yeah, it just takes a minute to get it through there. So
All right. So
hold on a second. Let me get the share up. I'm going to put it on auto. There we go. All right, go for it.
all right. So this is ZebraCat, and pretty much you can go through and you can give it a video prompt, a URL, or a script, and it'll create a video. Which, if you go through and do the prompt, it will actually give you a script and then go through and create the video for you. So it's basically just, if you go to ChatGPT and put in a script, you shortcut this step. Let's do a URL because I haven't done that yet. Let me see. Let's go. I'm gonna go to TLDR and see if I can find an article. Yeah.
See what you want to do in some samples, or how does it work?
Yeah. So your prompt has, I believe, let's go back real quick. It has, so you go into create the video in your prompt, and you have 1,000 characters to give it a prompt to tell what you want for the idea of your video. Then it spits back a script out here, which you can put 1,800 characters in. Once you do that, you choose your visuals, and you can choose your voice, the mood of the voice, and then you can put your brand on it if you want to. You can leave your brand off if you want to, and it will create you a video in about 30 seconds. So I do want to try this. I already put one in here about AI, the AI blog. So, and we'll leave it at Adam, and let's change him to Epic. and we'll create it. So only time will tell. Let's see what this URL does. All right. So this is what it does. So it spits out a script every time. So it looks like the prompt and the blog article will give you a script, which I don't like them because it gives you nowhere near your 1800 script limit, but we'll generate it. Yep. No, it only uses whichever one you choose. Yep. Yeah. So what I've been doing is just going into GPT 4.0 and saying increase this to 1500 characters and it'll increase it. But that's going to get you about a minute and a half to 2 minute video. And then you can chop that up if you wanted to. So this should get us about a 30-second video. I haven't gone any further than 2 minutes, so I don't know. But see, and I haven't gone in that far to do that, but I have noticed it's out of order a little bit.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Zebra cat. Well,
All right. Even from the script, usually it gives you a whole list down the side. Oh, you know what? This one I did the infinite zoom. That's what. Yep. All right. Well, we'll show it. I mean, I think showing is probably the best, and we can walk through what it is. Now, let me know if this is too loud. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Welcome to the world of AI, a realm where innovation is the language and artificial intelligence is the art form. Our stage is set with AI-powered designs and texts, showcasing the ever-advancing progress of AI capabilities. Journey through the intricacies of large language models, their fascinating human-like text generation, albeit lacking true understanding. Experience the intriguing experiment of GPT 4.0, attempting to decode an invented language, showcasing its adaptability. Join the AI blog readership sprawled across North America, exploring the AI-driven world with actionable steps to thrive, and acknowledging the need for robust governance to prevent misuse, while fostering balanced innovation.
I
I really like that infinite scroll instead of the different. I feel like it'll keep people captivated a little bit more. And I'll show what the others look like here. So
In a bustling city,
let's edit the video. Hmm.
It does.
Wow, that is cool.
Wow.
Yep.
It's James Dean. James Dean after the car accident. With it. Yeah.
All right.
That's cool. That's cool.
Does not look like it. It says search music. Yeah, that would be. Which I mean, I wonder if you can add your own music track in.
Get Chris in there. Get Chris in there and do like a video of him DJing and then put in his own music. That'd be great. What?
Nothing really, man. I actually feel like we're getting to a point now where AI is kind of less of this shiny new object, and we're all just getting deep into the next level of using it. Mhm.
Woohoo. You too. See you,
You
everybody.
as well.
You guys.
See you later.